It's the NFL on EA Sports. And up next, we'll see Ryan Tannehill. You can't ask for much more than his last game, a 5-touchdown effort. It's the Steelers and the Giants, just ahead on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here, as it'll be the New York Giants taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They've been buoyed by getting 2 home games right at the start, and they come off a good victory in Week 1.
And the offense, my goodness, over 50 points in the win last weekend. When you do that, you're not going to lose very many games, maybe not any games.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Giants, they come into this one after a loss in the opener, and they're in for another tough test here.
And what a battle for an organization to look at your schedule and see 2 road games to start the season and not have a letdown immediately. You got to fight against that. They've got to come out ready to play.
Gunnar Olszewski bringing it out. And just shutting him off there. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. And they'll be piloted by their veteran quarterback, standing 6'4". It's Ryan Tannehill.
And he comes off an incredible performance in the opener. 5 touchdown passes. Now look, you always want to start strong. I think that's more than anyone, including himself, could have expected.
Tannehill to the air to start out. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. You talk about this Giant defense. They are the 22nd ranked unit against the run in the NFL.
And when people talk about facing a challenge, they are certainly getting one in this ball game because they're facing the #1 rushing unit in the NFL, which means it's going to be a contest they've got to be prepared for from the first snap.
That one covers 29 yards, first down. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 43. Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. Touchdown! A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Steelers need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now first quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they scored opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents, we've got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
You think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
Here's Dunn now as he'll run up and send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The former number 6 overall pick of 2019, Daniel Jones, trots out to lead this New York Giants offense.
And he comes off a tough opening matchup. Threw way too many interceptions in that game. Definitely not the way you want to kick off a new season. So he said to himself, I've got to throw that game out. I'm going to get a fresh start right here in week 2.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. He'll set up to throw from the gun. Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. Firing in that time, it was Nick Herbig. Credit him with a sack.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after them early.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jones. There, but it's going to be incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. 5 yards, and that means they come up short, as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long, because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Back deep, Patrick Peterson. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Let's take it inside his own 40. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7 though on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Now Tannehill. Looking left side, and it's complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Gunnar Olszewski with career touchdown number 60. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Here's Dunn now. Following the made field goal, he'll kick this one away. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. They find themselves in a good-size hole here, and a good-size hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Now Jones. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. You look at this Steeler defense, currently #1 in the NFL against the run.
And that's a ranking that feels good, right? To be #1 and be the top of your profession. But here's the problem. It's only week 1.
1 week, yeah.
Can they do it 15 more times? If so, then we really got something to talk about.
That's the challenge. Throwing Jones. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And they're going to take possession of the football inside the 15 at the 14-yard line.
Well, that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him. Sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Ryan Tannehill, his 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Steelers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
What an effort there. Sometimes you hold your breath a bit when you see your quarterback diving for the end zone. You don't want him to land on a shoulder wrong or take a big shot. But he looks none the worse for wear here, and that winds up a touchdown.
Done good with the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Well, they got the ball in great field position. 1 play later, boom, end zone. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And he returns this to the 22. And New York set to take the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. Miles Killebrew with a pick. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. After the interception, here's Tannehill. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they...
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. 3 touchdown passes now for Ryan Tannehill. And the Steelers are able to stretch out their lead. Well, this offensive unit, yeah, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2. Tannehill looking to throw. And unable to connect. They don't get the two-point conversion here.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the now Robinson coughs up the football. It's loose. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback.
And in for the Steelers touchdown. Make that now 4 touchdown passes for Ryan Tannehill. And the Steelers have got it on cruise control.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Now down for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. So done now following the score. Back out to send this away. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. And the Giants ready to come out now. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. The numbers for him from a week ago: 18 carries, 78 yards, and a touchdown.
Nice solid showing from him last week. Didn't blow the roof off with his numbers, but he certainly had a quality day and produced when called upon.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other.
And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And it's picked up by taking it right down Broadway. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. Well, Charles, I mean, things just seem to be getting worse and worse for one sideline. Or flip it over after that fumble return for a touchdown. Better and better on the opposite end. What an impressive first-half performance.
And, partner, I know the saying in the NFL goes that no lead is safe. But I will say that this one seems pretty secure. And if we continue to see plays like that, I'm going to switch back and say this lead is safe.
Now done for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. They've got to be absolutely reeling right now. Couldn't have expected to be down this big this early. But that's the spot they're in as they come up to try again here. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they'll have it just 5 yards away from pay dirt here, 1st and goal.
Brandon, that's the 3rd time he's fumbled so far in this game. And, you know, you can make excuses for each and every one of them. But the bottom line is he's got to take care of it better. And now that he's shown a propensity for fumbling it, just think about what the defenders are trying to do.
Yeah, well, guys hate 1 fumble, 2's, oh, my goodness, 3 or more. Wow.
Just doesn't make any sense, does it?
2nd and goal from the 1. Here's Tannehill. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Pat Fryermuth. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are pouring it on. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, you know, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Done good with the extra point. And the route is on here in this 1st half. Here's Dunn now as he'll run up and send this one away. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. Now out come the Giants. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets to...
Jones hit and the ball's out. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs?
Barkley hit and the ball pass free. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
And now look at him go. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. An impressive 75-yard punt return. And the Steelers extend their lead yet again.
Well, it certainly feels like that kind of game, doesn't it? No matter what they do, it's going to work. That might be the absolute crusher right there. A punt return for a touchdown.
Feels like there's been a lot of crushers in this game. This lead just gets bigger. Now done for the extra point. And the route is on here in this 1st half. Well, we know he has home run hitting ability in the punt return department, and he showcases it there all the way back for 6. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. This defense for the Steelers, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield, but all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. To throw is Tannehill. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Back to the air, Tannehill on 2nd down. Going right side here, that's complete. Now he's loose again, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great effort there. Doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Steelers just continue to roll. Boy, CD, what a start for them. Still in the 1st quarter, they're absolutely blitzing them. All the points that they put up, I'm not sure what you say on the other sideline right now.
I think it's as simple as this, partner. The way that they're playing, there's no limits on what this lead could become.
Now done for the extra point. And the route is on here in this 1st half. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Here's Dunn now. Following the made field goal, he'll kick this one away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The possession switching back to the New York Giants. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Now Jones looking to throw on 2nd down. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. On the return is Peterson. Oh, some strong running. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nice. Take over. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we... here in this first quarter. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Dancing to his left. And fights through one man. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
They'll look to throw now on first down. That'll be caught. It's caught. Touchdown. Cooper Kupp, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Steelers have got it on cruise control. Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it is stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
Done good with the extra point. And the rout is on here in this first half. So done now following the score. Back out to send this away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. And the Giants ready to come out now. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do...
And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they will have the football deep in enemy territory all the way at the 10-yard line. So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
I do think it's fair to say they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only second and...
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. It's their quarterback with 2 touchdowns on the season. Game, and the Steelers are pouring it on. He hit him earlier in this first quarter with his arm. Now he does it with his legs.
Right now, he's one of those stat stuffers that you see on the basketball court. You know, the guy with points, rebounds, assists, steals. One with the arm, one with the legs. Let's see if he can continue this pace.
And sending out the reminder that, yeah, look, I'm known for having an arm, but I can do it with the legs on occasion when I need to. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. It's Barkley on the counter, and he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And they'll be inside the red zone with a ball at the 16-yard line. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. Here's Tannehill. Flushed out right. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Ryan Tannehill taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Steelers continue to pull away here in this first half. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his 2nd extra point here in the first half. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the... Another drive coming up for New York's offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes
Jones hit and the ball's out. And it's picked up. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. And you talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a 2nd time.
Now down for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30. And now out come the Giants. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared.
And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And it's picked up by the Steelers. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him This is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have. Make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Ryan Tannehill, a 16-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers extend their lead yet again. This is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it. Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They are off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for him. Now done for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. Here's Dunn now as he'll run up and send this one away. And he returns this to the 22. New York's offense back out there and set to go. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Jones. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big third down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
Now it's Peterson. Fights off the defender. And he's loose again. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. 63 yards on a punt return score. And the Steelers just continue to roll.
Well, if you're into cheesy movies, you would title this one A Half to Remember, wouldn't you? His second return touchdown of the game.
What if I'm not into cheesy movies?
Well, go ahead and get into it, man, because I just did it, and you're going to green light that one. How about those returns? Maybe they ought to think about not kicking him the ball.
Yeah, they might want to go away from him in the future. Now done for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Well, it's no secret. That's why they have him return punts. He has the capability to take them back, and he did so there. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So now Jones is hit. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
It's a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Jones hit and the ball's held. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game.
Now done for the extra point.
And the route is on here in this first half. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
And the Giants ready to come out now.
And they have done themselves absolutely no favors to earn a win today in this one, Charles. The turnover woes continue. On that last drive, they had that fumble that led to a touchdown.
And, Brandon, I would say they have a mission on this drive, and the bottom line is protect the football and just put together something that they can let the last drive go. Yeah, it was a bad play. They gave up points, but that doesn't mean it has to go that way the rest of this ball game. Do what you do best on offense and try and put the ball in the end zone yourself.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants.
Here's Jones throwing on 3rd and long. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And what else could go wrong at this point? This is going to be a defensive touchdown as they keep piling it on. Once that ball was loose, the question was, would this be 2 or would it be 6? It's 6. The defense able to pounce on it.
And for the offense, the training didn't really kick in, did it? Once that ball comes loose, you've got to get on it, make sure that you recover it, or make sure you punch it out of the end zone. Anything but give it to the defense to score a touchdown.
Now done for the extra point.
And the route is on here in this first half. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
And New York set to take the field.
Here we go. And in just about every game we see, partner, what do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw. Jones.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And it'll be 1st and goal at the 7-yard line. The defense.
time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find...
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Steelers have got it on cruise control. Boy, I mean, at this point, what more do we say here? I got nothing.
And you know, so many people talk all the time about having announcer-less games, and they want that. This could be a candidate for it, because if we stay here and do this, we're going to have a lot to fill in the second half.
There's still another half. They'll look to throw. And they're just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. Here's Dunn now. Following the made field goal, he'll kick this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll set up to throw. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. A first down carry for Barkley. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. On the option right, it's Jones. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the... And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Now Dunn for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field.
Okay, here we go.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. That's caught by Waller out left side. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to.
And he loses the football a second time. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Well, remember, he had a fumble earlier in this first half and got saved, but no such saving here. It's a turnover.
Yeah, and as a coach and as a teammate, you're hoping that he learned from the first one. There was a lesson there, but obviously he doesn't have enough focus in order to lose it a second time. That simply can't happen if you're trying to win a game.
The Steelers ready for their next possession. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles. And in for the Steelers, touchdown. A great effort there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Steelers are pouring it on. Well, I'll say one thing, Charles. You're getting really good practice here in breaking down touchdowns. What did you see there?
Well, the same thing I've seen over and over and over in this first half. My scintillating analysis, Brandon, this offense is absolutely taking no prisoners.
Now done for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. 1-play drive and into the end zone for 6. So done now, following the score. Back out to send this away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. And ball security has been a big issue. You see the numbers there. He's fumbled twice already.
And whenever we talk about ball security, it's not simply how you're holding the ball when you run it. It's all the other things that you do. Is it in the proper arm, meaning the sideline is protecting you? Are you dipping a shoulder to protect the ball as well? And obviously the 4 points of pressure to make sure it's tucked firmly against your body so people can't pop it out. This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Off the play fake. Jones. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Now done for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Possession of the football going back over to the Giants. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Off play action. Jones. Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, Giants. Darius Slayton, 71 yards. And the Giants are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Extra point try good by Gano. And they get a bit of a respite here from what's been an otherwise dreadful first half of football. And they can't bring him down. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he's going to be out of bounds across the 50. Great return.
In just about every special teams meeting, there's a discussion with the punter about his importance. Why? He can flip the field for your team defensively, move it deep into their own territory, or if you're backed up on offense, and he can hit a big punt and change field position and help his defense. In this case, though, field position got flipped by the return team. You can do it so many different ways on special teams.
They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Throwing on third down, Tannehill. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down. Tannehill. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Gunnar Olszewski with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Steelers extend their lead yet again. What a first half he is compiling here. He's already over 100 yards receiving and now 2 touchdowns.
Brandon, you know I don't like to play the game where you start projecting when you're at a certain point. Well, let's face it, he's off to a tremendous start. So 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. I don't think anything's out of the question right now. He's blowing up coverages. You've got to double him every snap. Otherwise, he's going to defeat you on almost every play.
Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2. Tannehill going to throw for it, and it's incomplete. But a flag is down here, so hang on. Let's see what we've got.
Defense.
So pass interference, the call is so tough as a defender, I'd imagine, to time that up perfectly.
It certainly is difficult to get it exactly right because sometimes you're looking at getting there fractions of seconds too early. That one looked a little more obvious. Always a tough penalty to officiate. Just ask the basketball refs when they have to officiate block and charge.
Here's Dunn now as he'll run up and send this one away.
And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35.
Darius Slayton and the rest of this offense about to begin their next drive.
He's up near 100 yards now here in the second quarter, but his team's down.
Through no fault of his own. I mean, what a nice game he's having so far. They've got to keep finding ways to get him the football. Don't get away from that. Figure out where things are going wrong with the rest of the team.
He'll be hoping to hit that 100-yard mark on this drive. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A good pickup there, a 22. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. From the 38, Jones. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football.
And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble.
On is Jamie Gillen to punt this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. Fighting through. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Steelers taking over now late in this first half. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room.
Tannehill on 1st down. He's got a man complete.
He's still on his feet. Touchdown! Cooper Kupp
with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Steelers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
That that score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. Oh, he stays up on the move to his left. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. Done now. Following the made field goal, he'll kick this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Darius Slayton and the rest of this offense about to begin their next drive. He's done his part, but so far it's been in a losing effort, so they've got to fix something.
But that doesn't mean changing anything, the way they're throwing the ball around and his catches and production. Keep doing that. They're going to have to fix some things likely on defense to try and slow down their opponents.
But so far he's north of 100 yards receiving. Now Jones. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he's got his guys set up great now. 1st and goal. And the Pigskin at the 7-yard line. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Following the fumble recovery, Tannehill. And it's caught on the deflection. And this is going to be a touchdown.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Now done for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. So done now following the score. Back out to send this away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And the Giants with one final possession here in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked up by Riley Moss. And the Steelers are going to take over at their own 41. Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get some.
And got his man complete. Got his man. It's caught.
winding down. And the Steelers would extend their lead here just before halftime. Now done for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this. And he'll just burrow his way back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. The tackle by Cole Holcomb. So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll get started up at Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati, and it's the Bengals who are out in front. Former #1 overall pick Joe Burrow with a touchdown pass. From there, let's head over to Minneapolis to check on the Vikings at home at US Bank Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Aaron Rodgers with 2 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore. Check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they were losers in that ball game to the visiting New Orleans Saints. Derek Carr, couple of touchdown passes as his guys win their second straight to start the year. We were treated to a fine first half from the veteran Ryan Tannehill. He had a half for the ages, touchdown pass after touchdown pass. He threw a month's worth of touchdowns in just those first 2 quarters of play. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive, obviously.
And oh, my goodness, he loses it again. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
On second down, here's Barkley. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Throwing Jones. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Dangerous
dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. On 1st down, Tannehill. Now he's into the clear again. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Gunnar Olszewski, 44 yards. And the Steelers just continue to roll.
Well, I tell you what, Charles, I know that you don't put a ton of stock into power rankings and things of that nature, but another score here, and 2 weeks into the season, this is maybe the most impressive team in the NFL. Would you agree?
Well, they've certainly sold me as they've sold you, and I agree with you, no question about it. They won easily last week. They're on their way to another lopsided victory here. They're definitely a team to be reckoned with, and they are serving notice to the rest of the league.
Now Dunn for the extra point.
Oh, I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Football.
Well, it looks like one of the DBs has it.
So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center because, remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion. And sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. They'll run it again with Barkley. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. This will be a loss of 3 and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Back to throw. Jones. And this is going to be incomplete.
And you can tell just by looking at him that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another 4th down.
Fielded at the 43. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. Well,
this is taken in. It's complete. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there. 47 yards.
And the Steelers have got it on cruise control. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they've built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
Now Dunn for the extra point.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown.
Here's Dunn now as he'll run up and send this one away.
And he loses the football a second time.
Oh, one of the linebackers has got it.
And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. And that one is his second fumble loss. Not a good look out of your return man.
And not only does he hurt the momentum for his team or even change momentum of the game, but now they've got a decision to make on his own sideline. Does he continue to do that? Do you keep him in that role, or do you bring someone else in at this time?
I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. Tannehill now to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's been a fun game for him so far, but I think he tried to do just a little too much that time. Give the defense a rare win on that snap.
To throw on second down is Tannehill. Flush to his right. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
And that rushing touchdown, his fourth, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Now done for the extra point.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone.
Here's Dunn now. Following the made field goal, he'll kick this one away. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. Ready to go again offensively.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
2nd down and 6 now. In motion, Slayton. 2nd down, here's Barkley again.
And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Jones on 3rd down. Jones hit in the ball zone. And it's picked up by... And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower postgame.
Done good with the extra point.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And oh my goodness, he loses it again. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys will take over at the 14-yard line in the red zone.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Tannehill rolling to his left. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Ryan Tannehill taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Steelers are pouring it on. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this 3rd quarter.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And he gets in. But no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. And that's something you almost never see nowadays. When you fake it, you're at the 15-yard line on a PAT as opposed to just going for it from the 2.
I'm sorry. I know they got it, and congratulations to them, but it's just not a good play. I mean, the risk-reward is really off the charts. Not in your favor. Run your offense out there. Put it on the 2-yard line if you want to go for 2. But I'll be darned. They ended up getting that one, didn't they?
And now out come the Giants.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
And he'll push forward to the 37, gain of 2.
third down, Barkley. And a short gain here, down to the 22. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a fourth down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Gano's kick is good, and they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Well, CD, we are witnessing something that I never thought that I would witness. I would imagine you never thought this, too. I mean, we have a team taking the field in an NFL game, and they are up by triple digits. I mean, 50 is a lot, but to get to over 100, this is just crazy.
We've seen...
He's got a man complete.
There he goes again.
Touchdown.
Gunnar Olszewski,
75 yards.
and the Steelers are on their way to a 2-0 start. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Done good with the extra point.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
So Dunn now following the score, back out to send this away. And he returns this to the 22.
And New York set to take the field.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming day.
And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Oh, he's been fun to watch in this one. He's made the correct reads all game long and helped stake his team a huge lead. Running, passing, he's made all the right decisions. But that wasn't the right read on that one. It falls incomplete.
Escaping the pressure right. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Illegal touching. Offense.
So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Ryan Tannehill. A 13-yard touchdown run.
And the Steelers add 6 more to their point total, and they're on cruise control right now here in the fourth. Now Dunn for the extra point.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them in plus territory. Excellent field. After the interception, here's Tannehill. And that is incomplete.
up huge on the scoreboard, and they're still trying to add to their total. That shot doesn't connect, but I don't think it'll dissuade them from attempting another one.
Here's Tannehill now on second down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first.
This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
Buried behind the line by Azeez Ojulari.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Here's Tannehill out to his left. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Partner, even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now, because he has been terrific in a dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping him, and that's why his side is on top.
That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. From the 50, it's Tannehill. Going up top for Kupp. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Ryan Tannehill taking it in from 11 yards out.
And the Steelers extend their lead yet again. Done good with the extra point.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Here's Dunn now as he'll run up and send this one away.
And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jones, and he can't escape, and down he goes.
Nick Herbig in there yet again. They just cannot block him. He now has 8 sacks, and that is a new single-game record.
Jones now throwing on 3rd and long. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Steelers. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down. To throw is Tannehill. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
So another touchdown for him on the year now, Charles. He had 2 in the opener last week and hits pay dirt for a 3rd time here.
And with good health, he's got a really good chance to be up there among the leaders in touchdowns scored when this season comes to an end. Quick question, partner. Is it bad luck to toast him with a sports drink?
Not at all, partner. I think that's a fantastic idea. Cheers. Done good with the extra point.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Here's Dunn now. Following the made field goal, he'll kick this one away.
Now a hit and a loose football. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Well, right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You're trailing by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly. So you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty tight here. They just have to be careful not to go so hard in doing that they actually cause themselves other problems. Take care of the ball, but still try and play free and natural.
Now Jones on 1st down. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 10 more for him on that one. He's been a busy man. It's a 1st down. Operating from the gun. Jones hit and the ball's out.
And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football, so this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jones flush to his under pressure again, and down he goes again.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. So he stopped for no gain. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And they came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they had hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead here, and now the football for the final moments of the 4th.
Yeah, it was apparent that they were the better team, right? We figured that out pretty early. But give them a lot of credit for staying with it. They didn't stumble around out there. They didn't create a lot of errors for themselves because they were the superior team. They took care of business and closed them out pretty quickly.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for Pittsburgh, they used a favorable early schedule to their advantage.